So right now I'm gonna go visit one of the most famous and most important temple in Kathmandu, which is the Monkey Temple. So this is a Buddhist temple, but like with many things in Nepal, there are a lot of Hindu divinities that also worship here, so it's kind of a mix. And it's quite famous for its monkeys, hence the nickname, which are everywhere. That's so funny to see and so crazy. But yeah, let me show you. Okay, to get to the temple, you need to walk up a staircase where there are, I think I remember it's more than 300 steps. So it's pretty hard for the breath. But yeah. Allez, une marche à la fois. Okay, reached the top. Almost on time for sunset. And one thing that is really cool from here is that you have a panoramic view on all of Kathmandu. So let me show you. Swayambhunath, also known as the Monkey Temple, is one of the oldest and most revered religious sites in Nepal. According to the Swayambu Purana, a body of texts related to the creation of Kathmandu Valley, the entire Kathmandu Valley was once filled with an enormous lake. Out of this lake grew a miraculous lotus, and the valley came to be known as Swayambu, meaning self-created. The name comes from an eternal self-existent flame, or Swayambu, over which the stupa was later built. According to the legend, the Bodhisattva Manjushri, the great disciple of Buddha, the embodiment of wisdom and learning, had a vision of the divine lotus as Swayambu and traveled here to worship it. Seeing that the valley could become a good settlement and make the sacred site more accessible to human pilgrims, he decided to act. With a mighty stroke of his sword, he cut a gorge at Shovar, allowing the water to drain from the lake. As the waters receded, the lotus transformed into the hill on which the temple now stands, and the flower itself became the stupa at the center of it. While this story has mythical elements, scientific evidence suggests that the valley was indeed once filled with water, forming a large prehistoric lake. The archaeological and geological evidence of an ancient lake in the Kathmandu Valley add a fascinating layer to our understanding of the region's history. The valley's transformation from a prehistoric lake to the cultural and spiritual heart of Nepal is a testament to the dynamic interplay between nature and human civilization over millennia. But Swayambhunath isn't just a place of divine light and enlightenment. It also carries with it a lively legend about the monkeys that inhabit the sacred hill. It is said that when Manjushri was clearing the land, he let his hair grow long and wild. Over time, his hair became infested with head lice. These lice, blessed by the sacred nature of the site and Manjushri's divine presence, transform into the monkeys that now freely roam the temple grounds. Today, these monkeys are considered holy and are believed to be the guardians of the temple. They add to the vibrant and living energy of this place as they play, chatter, and observe the pilgrim and tourist who come to seek blessings and experience the spiritual atmosphere. Swayambhunath is not just a monument, it is a symbol of the spiritual journey that has been undertaken by millions over centuries. As you walk around the stupa, spinning the prayer wheels, you're joining a tradition that has persisted for over 2,000 years.
So during the day, there are so many tourists here that you don't see a lot of monkeys at the top. At night, they all come back because they just don't like having so many people around. But I'm gonna say a bit later, so I'm most likely gonna see more. So this stone is a representation of the god Agni, who is the god of fire.
As the night began to fall at the monkey temple here in Kathmandu, the place came alive in a different way. More and more people started arriving, lighting butter lamps and offering prayers. It was so peaceful to witness the devotion, surrounded by the sounds of bells and chants. There is something truly special about being in this sacred space, as the locals were practicing their rituals, giving a glimpse into the heart of the local culture. What I also found fascinating was how the dogs and monkeys coexist here. I also learned how important it was not to feed the monkeys in order to preserve this harmony and prevent them to get aggressive, steal belongings, and bite people.
In general, the monkeys here are not aggressive, but I would not recommend giving them food. It's not a very good habit anyways, because they're wild animals in the first place, and also the animals tend to get more aggressive once they get used to get food from tourists. They might attack to get it, so it's not a great idea. But the ones I see here, they're just around, they don't attack, they let themselves be photographed, so yeah, very nice monkeys.
As I explored more of the temple grounds, I discovered smaller stupas, shrines and temples, scattered throughout the complex. There were also more recent buildings, like the World Peace Pond, which serve as a symbolic representation of peace and harmony. Its design and intent reflect Buddhist principles of tranquility and interconnectedness. Visitors often toss coins into the pond, aiming to land them on the small statue of Buddha in the center, which is considered to bring good fortune and blessings. Above, colorful prayer flags fluttered in the breeze, strung across the trees. Each flag carried a prayer, sending blessings out into the world. The combination of nature and spirituality here created such a serene, almost magical atmosphere. It was a great place to go for a stroll and disconnect from the city life. Overall, I really like Swayambhunath, the monkey temple. Even if the experience was a bit dampened by the sheer amount of tourists and locals, that made it sometimes hard to enjoy the place, as well as all the people trying to sell you things, which unfortunately comes with tourism.
Well, I believe this is the end of the video. I really enjoy the whole day, but especially going to the temple and to the monkeys. What is fun is that now that the night is setting, the monkeys are coming back and starting to go to sleep, and you have such nice scenes. They look so human. Unfortunately, as the light's quite low, the pictures I managed to get are not great. But in any case, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If so, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And on this, I see you in the next one. Tschüss!